What's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy Danli Divine once again. I had to be out in nature for this one. I'm doing my little morning walk. And with that, I don't know why, but in the morning I often have like the deepest thoughts. I think of a lot of things in the morning time. I wonder how many other people seem to feel like they don't belong here, like on this planet. Like there's something about them that's different. They don't fit in, which they don't really care that they don't fit in, because to fit in would mean that it'll go against everything that they are. Is there anybody else that feels like that from time to time? Like you walk around and you look at people and you're like, you should know better than to be doing things like that. That is not in human nature. But at the same time, you have a great majority that are doing those things. Therefore, it seems to become normal. So now you're seen as the one that's abnormal. I read a scripture where it was talking about, like, in the end times, everything good will be seen as bad and everything evil will be held high as in good. And it's like the roles reverse. Now, when I was younger, I always used to say, I was like, yo, I'm too good for this world. And let me explain before y'all think that I'm some high and mighty and think I'm better than everybody. No. When I say I'm too good for this world, I mean exactly good. As in, the way that I think is good. The things that I do are good. I operate out of kindness, not niceness, kindness. I'm genuine with it. And with that, there's a lot of people who seek to try and use and abuse that. Boundaries are key. The last situation that I have dealt with, I learned boundaries are key. And when you have boundaries, a lot of people don't like that, especially those who try and feed off of your energy, off of your spirit, off of your essence and soul. And with me being a good person living in an evil time, because I can't say evil world, it's just an evil time right now. I've learned this world goes through phases. So living in an evil time, you really get ridiculed. You really feel like you're isolated, like you're ostracized from everything else, because of the fact that when people are out doing all these dumb things, you're like, not my scene. And then you're looked at as a goody two-shoes, or either, well, back in the day when I was younger, you might get looked at as a goody two-shoes, or you're lame. Now it's more like, oh, you're lame, you're boring. That's perfectly fine. I don't care what people think of me. I've reached that point in my life to where I don't care what people think of me. Because in all honesty, as long as I know who I am and what I'm about, I'm good. I am Gucci Manila. I'm not going to sit here and live a false character that others have created for me because the fact that that's what they like. I'm not going to sit here and do things that I don't want to do to please others. I'm not going to sit here and question myself and my values because others are happy with the things that I'm doing that ultimately bring satisfaction to them. No. I have my own mind. I do the things that I want to do. I do the things that I enjoy doing. I am my own person. I am my own individual. And you are too. So ultimately, don't sit here and think that you have to do what others want in order for you to fit in. Don't try and fit in. Be your own person. You will attract the people who are like you. Be who you authentically are, your own individual. Those who are meant to be around you will gravitate towards you, but you need to have that discernment as well to understand who is there as a friend and who is there as a foe, who actually wants to see you elevate, who wants to hold you down, who wants to use you and manipulate you and then try and make you seem like the bad person, or who wants to be there and help you do the things that you're trying to do because y'all lives align in some way. Those are things that you need to think about. Those are things you need to be aware of. These right here is just life lessons. Take it and govern yourself accordingly. But again, going back into these morning thoughts of mine, my random morning divine thoughts, as I like to call them. I usually have my sister and I talk with her in the mornings, but life goes on and we all stay busy. I mean, shoot, big up her. She is working extensively to accomplish her dreams and her goals. And I got to give her a big shout out for that. I'm like, in time, once everything gets situated, we'll be able to come back together and do what it is that we both fell in love with doing, utilizing our voice, bringing healing and love to our surrounding people. Now, the surrounding people, let me talk on that real quick. Have you ever walked around and you can feel like the energy change when you go somewhere? And depending on where you are in your life, what you're going through, you can call it spiritual awakening, you can call it your religion, whatever you want to call it, or either just self-aware. Sometimes you may feel like, okay, are these people looking at me, or did I do something wrong? Do I stink? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something on my face? All these different thoughts. Or you can just be like, yeah, I'm protected, I'm divine, some people will be like, I'm the shit. Might smell like it though. But yeah, no matter where you go, if you have good energy, those with bad energy are always going to feel some type of way. Those others with good energy will recognize you. And I don't know how I can explain this per se, because I feel like it's probably different for everyone. And I'm not going to speak too much on my experiences, because that'd be a telltale of anybody who's listening. It's almost like I'm giving you the blueprint of what the fuck I'm doing. And when I say what I'm doing is, I'm going to be dissecting the fuck out of y'all. Just letting you know. If I'm anywhere and I notice things, I now have things that I do to figure out exactly where you're, what's on your mind, what's on your heart. So, I mean, you have to pay attention to body language and listen to the things that these people say, because actions and words, they should align. They'll tell you that if they're being honest about the things that they're saying. And I will say, actions speak louder than words. So don't ever just trust one thing. Don't ever trust just somebody's words. Don't ever trust just somebody's body language. I'm like, see exactly what they're doing. I heard something from someone one time. They were like, look, let them do what they want to do. That'll show them exactly who they are. So don't try and tell somebody what they need to do or what they should be doing, especially if you're in a relationship. Let them do what they want to do. Because if they truly care about you, they won't do anything to hurt you. Heed those words. This is just some of Danli's divine thoughts. My morning little conversations that I have to remind myself that, you know what, I have a plethora of knowledge. Let me go ahead and share it with the world. And by the way, if you like this, or you know someone who may need to hear this message, shoot it out. I'm not trying to monetize off of this podcast or anything like that. I just want to reach as many people as possible, those who need it. Because I've learned that in life, there's a lot of us who go through things, but we feel invalidated due to the fact that nobody else speaks of these things. Why is it that the hard conversations, or when it comes to things about how you feel internally, it's almost like it's taboo? It shouldn't be spoken about. It shouldn't be spoken on. Nobody talks about that. When you're with your friends, nobody talks about how I'm feeling, or this made me feel like this, or I'm having a hard time right now. Nah. I want to have a place to where it's like anybody can come and get things off their chest. That's the reason why I created the Clubhouse. So that way you can go on there, you can vent. You can get all these troubles and worries off your mind. Because there's a lot of people dying from holding in a lot of things. Getting high blood pressure, having strokes, heart attacks. Just because of the fact that they don't want to talk about the things that they're dealing with. Get it off your chest, get it off your mind. There's nothing wrong with speaking about the way that you feel. There is nothing wrong with allowing yourself to be vulnerable, so that way you don't end up hurting yourself or somebody else. Get it off your chest. Relax your mind. It's divine time. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Love you all.